Tun Dr. Mahathir is ready to be PM candidate again. 6 leaders granted audience with the king. Hello and welcome. You're watching Updates at Noon with me, Jessica Lee. Interim Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad said he is ready to stand as prospective candidate for Prime Minister in the latest development of the country's political upheaval. In a statement released by Tun Dr. Mahathir this morning, he said he has the numbers needed to garner majority support in the Dewan Rakyat. According to Tun Dr. Mahathir, he had held a meeting with the leaders of Pakatan Harapan this morning and is confident that he has the needed support to be the next Premier. Tun Dr. Mahathir said the decision will be conveyed to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. Also in the statement, Tun Dr. Mahathir said he did not sign any statutory declaration in support of any individual. He was referring to Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia or Bersatu statement, which said it was unanimous in support of Bersatu President Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin as Prime Minister. Meanwhile, he also reaffirmed that he had repeatedly stated that he is against any form of cooperation with individuals who are known to be corrupt and was part of the kleptocratic administration which the Pakatan Harapan government had worked hard to rid of. Meanwhile, Pakatan Harapan in its official Facebook page also issued a statement today backing its support for Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad to be the 8th Prime Minister candidate. The statement said Pakatan was a coalition which had received clear mandate during the 14th general election. Thus, Pakatan is against any attempt of any party trying to form a backdoor government, especially those involving kleptocrats and traitors to the cause, which will destroy all efforts at reformation that has been carried out until now. As such, the statement said Pakatan holds true to the principle and will continue to fight to fulfill its manifesto in government. The 6 leaders from different parties, including Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, have been granted an audience with the Yang di-Pertuan Agong at 10:30 a.m. today. In a statement yesterday, Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia or Bersatu Secretary General Datuk Marzuki Yahya said Bersatu MPs and their allies have sufficient majority to propose Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin, who is PAGO MP, as the 8th Premier to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong following a party meeting. Now, the convoy eventually left Istana Negara barely 40 minutes after arriving. The flurry of activity over the possible realignment of the country's political landscape continues today, with several events scheduled to take place. A convoy of vehicles was spotted entering the palace grounds at Istana Negara shortly after 10 this morning, led by Bersatu President Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin. The convoy of more than a dozen vehicles was escorted by police into the palace compound. Also spotted in the convoy were Datuk Sri Azmin Ali, past President Datuk Sri Abdul Hadi Awang, and UMNO Secretary General Tan Sri Anwar Musa. It is understood that they have been granted an audience with the Yang di-Pertuan Agong to propose Tan Sri Muhyiddin, who is PAGO MP, as the 8th Prime Minister. Now, following the nomination of Parti Pribumi Malaysia Bersatu President Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin as the candidate for the 8th Prime Minister, several MPs from various parties were seen at his residence at Bukit Damansara last night. Among the leaders present were Sembrong MP Datuk Sri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein, followed by Ampang MP Zuraida Kamaruddin and Indra Makota MP Datuk Saifuddin Abdullah. Also seen, Selangau MP Barubian, Alor Gajah MP Datuk Sri Muhammad Rizwan Yusof and Titiwangsa MP Datuk Sri Rina Harun. They were seen to be at Tan Sri Muhyiddin's residence for about an hour. Many did not comment when approached by reporters. Meanwhile, Alor Gajah MP Datuk Sri Muhammad Rizwan Yusof described the latest outcome of several political parties coming together to nominate PAGO MP Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin as the candidate of Prime Minister as positive. Now, he was commenting on the decision of UMNO and PAS as a coalition under the name of Muafakat Nasional with 57 MPs endorsing Tan Sri Muhyiddin as Prime Minister candidate.
I think we could have done better. Yeah, we could have done better because some of the, as you have noted, economy was not doing too good. Of course, there are challenges all over the world. But personally, pendapat saya, there are a lot of things that we can do in the absence of certain coalition partners. Because we always want to look at facilitating growth rather than slowing down growth.
He said this to reporters when met outside Tan Sri Muhyiddin's residence. Bandar Assemblyman Dato' Hasni Muhammad of UMNO was sworn in as the 18th Menteri Besar Johor before Sultan of Johor, Sultan Ibrahim Sultan Iskandar, at Istana Bukit Serene yesterday. Dato' Hasni's appointment followed an announcement by the Johor Palace on the establishment of a new coalition government comprising BN, PAS and the Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia or Bersatu. He replaced Datuk Dr. Sarudin Jamal from Bersatu, who was appointed Johor's 17th Menteri Besar on the 14th of April 2019.
Thank you. Saya percaya sekarang adalah masa untuk kita semua memberikan sepenuh perhatian dan tenaga untuk memulihkan keadaan negeri dan memastikan Johor menerima yang terbaik. Selaku bangsa Johor, saya akan menjadi pemimpin untuk semua dan menyeru semua pihak untuk bersama-sama berikhtiar dan bekerja bersama saya untuk memberikan yang terbaik kepada Johor dan rakyatnya.
Last Wednesday, the Sultan of Johor met with 54 Johor Assemblymen to find out their choice whether the new coalition or Pakatan Harapan following Bersatu's departure from PH on Monday, thus making Johor a hung government. This is the third appointment for the Johor Menteri Besar's post in less than 3 years after the 14th general election on May 9th, 2018. The Attorney General's Chambers, or AGC, has published a Federal Government Gazette, Ministers of the Federal Government Order 2020, on the appointment of Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad as Interim Prime Minister until the next appointment of the Prime Minister. The Gazette is to notify Tun Dr. Mahathir's function where he shall be charged with the responsibility in respect of all departments of the federal government and the subjects for which the departments are responsible until the appointment of the other ministers in the cabinet. The order took effect last 24th of February. The Gazette also notified the revocation of the Ministers of the Federal Government Order 2019 or PUA 132/2019. The Election Commission EC is ready to conduct a snap general election if Parliament is dissolved in the wake of ongoing political developments. EC Chairman Dato' Azhar Azizan Harun in a statement said Article 55(4) of the Federal Constitution stipulates that general elections must be held within 60 days of the dissolution of Parliament by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong. The EC estimates that a new general election will cost between 750 million and 800 million ringgit compared to 500 million ringgit spent on the 14th general election in 2018. Dato' Azhar said the increase in expenditure was unavoidable as the EC is planning to continue enhancements that have been carried out in the past 10 by-elections since the 14th general election, such as the increase in polling centres and equipping special voting streams for those with special needs. Meanwhile, he explained that the EC did not have any role to play in the dissolution of Parliament and that Article 55(2) states that only the Yang di-Pertuan Agong has the authority to do so. The EC, he said, would issue media statements from time to time based on current developments. Now, the country's current political situation has highlighted the important role of the monarchy institution as a top-level negotiator in protecting the rakyat. Constitutional expert, Associate Professor Dr. Shamrahayu Abdul Aziz said with the establishment of the monarchy institution, the country's administration continued to thrive despite the dissolution of the government. She said the wisdom of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riyatuddin Al-Mustafa Bilal Shah in handling the crisis has opened the eyes of the people to the importance of the institution of the monarchy in maintaining peace, harmony and security in the country.
institusi beraja ini telah menunjukkan kebijaksanaan dan menunjukkan kerelevanannya dalam pergerakan atau dalam perjalanan sistem negara yang berdemokrasi. Jadi kita tidak boleh mengenepikan kepentingan institusi ini, dan ia telah terbukti yang telah dilihat oleh seluruh masyarakat Malaysia bahawa institusi ini masih lagi relevan, dan institusi ini sebenarnya telah mendapat satu rejuvenasi, satu pembaharuan bagaimana menangani isu perkara yang tidak pernah berlaku dalam negara kita.
She added the king, in his own way, set about to determine who commands the majority in the Dewan Rakyat, bringing to the fore the crucial role of the monarch in resolving challenging issues. It has to be noted that the king convened a special meeting of the Conference of Rulers to discuss the crisis, demonstrating his conviction in collective decisions. Article 38 of Federal Constitution stated that the Conference of Rulers are conferred discretionary powers in giving advice on critical appointments under the Constitution, including the appointment of Prime Minister. The findings of the investigation of the Augusta Westland AW139 helicopter crash in Tawau on Thursday is expected to be ready within 2 days. All 6 Sabah Air Operation Force or PGU personnel who survived the crash are reported to be in stable condition. Sabah PGU Commander ACP Ahmad Lokman Abdul Hadi said the survived victims are Sergeant Wedrick Sinde, 36, Sergeant Razi Radai, 40, ASP Shaiki Faizal Johari, 34, DSP Nur Hashim Ahmad, 44, Corporal Andrian Shah Muhammad Saufi, 33, and Technician Harry Joinin, 36. All of them are currently receiving treatment at the Tawau Hospital.
Sergeant Wedrick sekarang ni masih dalam rawatan di Hospital Tawau dan akan dipindahkan ke Hospital Queen Kota Kinabalu untuk dapatkan rawatan yang lebih lengkap lah. Sementara seorang lagi anggota pemerhati ialah Sarjan Muhammad Razi, sekarang ni dalam keadaan stabil dan sedar diri dan dipindahkan ke ward biasa lah.
He said this when visiting the scene of the incident. In the incident, at about 7:30 p.m., the helicopter, which was flying from Tawau Airport to the 14th Battalion General Operations Force Camp in Jalan Air Panas, crashed when it tried to land after encountering problems. Coming up next, economic stimulus package brings positive impact to transportation sector. The Ministry of Transport will monitor the implementation of the recently unveiled economic stimulus package to ensure transportation sector remain competitive while providing efficient and safe services to the people. In a statement, the ministry informed that a RM100 digital voucher for domestic flights and trains will increase the demand towards public transportation, especially trains and air transportation. The reduced rentals for airport premises, aircraft landing and parking charges for a period yet to be ascertained will facilitate cash flows of airline companies. The import duty and sales tax exemption on the importation and purchasing of equipment for port operations for a period of 3 years beginning 1st of April 2020 would help reduce operating costs and increase the efficiency of port operations. The statement added that the immediate impact will be enjoyed by some of the federal ports currently in the phase of developing and expanding existing facilities. The projects include development of Phase 3 of Tanjung Pelepas Port, Johor, development of the new Westport Container Terminal, CT, at Port Klang, and development of the new Deep Water Terminal, NDWT, at Kuantan Port, Pahang. The RM400 special allowance for medical doctors and other medical personnel, as announced in the recently unveiled economic stimulus package, is seen as the government's recognition for them on their efforts in containing the spread of the COVID-19 disease. Negeri Sembilan Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Aminuddin Harun said the allowance could increase their spirit in performing their task effectively. The announcement was made by Interim Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad on the 27th of February.
20 bilion itu kita harap akan memberi satu impak kepada ekonomi walaupun kita lihat semalam rakyat hanya tertumpu kepada politik, tetapi package ini kita rasa harap dapat memberikan rangsangan ekonomi yang baik, khususnya kepada industri-industri yang terlibat dengan COVID-19, iaitu pelancongan. Kementerian Kesihatan juga terlibat dengan pegawai-pegawai mereka, immigration. Jadi kita harap bahawa ini akan memberikan satu rangsangan semula kepada ekonomi negara supaya kita mengharapkan bahawa ekonomi sentiasa dalam keadaan yang baik.
The 20 billion ringgit package to minimize and mitigate the impact of COVID-19 on the country's economy was based on three main thrusts, namely addressing impact of COVID-19, catalyzing people-based growth, and encouraging quality investments. And still ahead, first reported virus cases spark concern in Mexico. Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has called on ASEAN to extend a united front in backing the Palestinians. The interim Prime Minister said ASEAN member states should continue their cooperation not only in the realms where they have been consistently growing together, but also in the pursuit of justice and peace for the oppressed. In his keynote address at an international conference on Palestine in Kuala Lumpur, Tun Dr. Mahathir said all platforms available, both ASEAN and non-ASEAN, should be used to continue voicing concerns and registering outrage over the inhumane and barbaric acts that the Tel Aviv regime has inflicted on the Palestinians.
Most hurtful is at times when despair creeps in and the sense of helplessness overwhelms us. Everyone speaks of justice and freedom, but turns a blind eye when friends and allies commit all these wrong deeds. But I hope that such feelings are fleeting. We bounce back, just like today, stronger and reaffirming our commitment to the cause, and we will never stop until we see Palestinians and the Palestinians get the justice, freedom, peace and security that they deserve.
Tun Dr. Mahathir again condemned the so-called Deal of the Century peace plan proposed by the United States to resolve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. He also said that Malaysia stands by its position that the creation of an independent state of Palestine through a two-state solution based on the pre-1967 border with East Jerusalem. The reigning Super League champions Johor Darul Takzim JDT defeated 2019 FA Cup champions Kedah 1-0 in the Charity Cup football match at the Sultan Ibrahim Stadium, Iskandar Putri, last night. Brazilian defender Mauricio dos Santos Nascimento scored the only goal in the dying minute of the first half in the match to help JDT retain the cup they won since 2018. Playing in front of 34,000 supporters spurred the Southern Tigers squad to hunt for a win, but several attempts to breach the defence of the Red Eagle squad failed. The Red Eagle squad shield was aptly led by Singapore international Muhammad Shakir Hamzah. Nevertheless, the endless onslaught launched by JDT eventually bore fruit after Mauricio headed in a pass from Gonzalo Cabrera. Subsequently, both teams exchanged attacks after attacks, but failed to score until the whistle for the end of the game was blown by referee Razlan Jofri Ali. All the sweeter, Mauricio was crowned as the best player of the match. As champions, JDT took home the cup, which was presented to the winners by Johor Menteri Besar Datuk Hasni Mohamad. JDT has also won the cup in 2015 and 2016.
Mempertahankannya buat musim yang ketiga secara yang
So before we start, we open for the media to ask any question.
Meanwhile, JDT's head coach Benjamin Mora in a post-match press conference admitted that his boys were constantly under pressure from Kedah. However, they managed to saw off the rest of the second period with relative ease to cap a productive opening night of competitive action at the best football stadium in Malaysia.
Has improved a lot since the last game we played against them. They are more composed, they are working better in the lines. these two strikers make a lot of danger in defense. They press a lot, and they are dangerous, of course, in the runs and the diagonals they make up front. It's not easy to read what they're going to do.
Commenting on Kedas' performance, head coach Aidil Sharin Sahak said he remains steadfast on his boys' commitment and spirit during the match.
I think very proud of the boys, the way their attitude towards the game. I think they give everything and they give 100%. Not easy to come here to play a new stadium, new environment with a huge crowd, good atmosphere, good stadium against a good team.
And that concludes today's updates at noon. In our top story, Tun Mahathir is ready to be PM candidate again. The News on 2 comes on at 7 this evening. I'm Jessica Lee. Thank you for watching and have a good weekend.